colorblind story. Oh, how did couldn't see who you were in the streetlights. And these hills are mine, but your blue-green eyes got me wondering why, oh, why can't the innocent win just one time?
Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. That little ditty that you heard whilst we were waiting to start is Colorblind Story by Mingo Drive. If you've been in the podcast or part of the stream for a while, you know J-Bob. That's his band. That's him singing. He's got a voice of an angel. So I just wanted to give him a little shout out there with his little band. I sound like Maggie now. She always says little in front of stuff. With his band, go check him out. AKA General Chicken. Yes. AKA Justin Scott. You can probably go find him on Instagram at Justin for Mayor. But welcome in, Mike. Welcome everybody else. It is Monday.
It is indeed Monday, my guy. Love that little ditty from Mingo Drive. They have a music video out for that.
Yeah, a whole
as well.
Music video. Maybe we'll get it put into the Discord.
Yeah,
and you guys can go check them out. But
yeah, I was lucky. I was asked to do some behind the scenes photos for that, and
right
it was a great time.
Yeah, they were previously Jasper Wilderness, and then their lead singer moved away or something like that. And so they started their own band called Mingo Drive. Really cool dudes. I know most of them. And
we played football with a few of them.
yeah, we did. Me and Mike.
Yeah,
If you didn't know
flag
this, me and
football.
Mike played flag football. This is a regular sized can. This is just kidding.
That's impressive.
No.
Uh,
And this is
love
a tall boy. It's a regular sized tall boy. I just have really large hands.
jeez.
Just kidding. But welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Monday, I just did not feel good today, so I stayed home, caught up on some adult stuff, aka I insured my car and my trailer. So
There you go. Good job, man.
yeah,
Productive.
Just doing stuff that need to be done. How about you, Mike?
I was wondering.
What's up with you?
Doing all right. Had kind of a shaky start this morning. I don't think I can go into the details, but it got much better since then.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm sorry you weren't feeling too good. I was wondering because there was a little bit more Instagram back and forth throughout the day, and I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder if he's off
Like,
work.
why is he not working right now?
That's not what I thought. I thought, oh God, something happened to
Get your
him.
cheeks to work. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've been just chilling today. I was like, you know what?
Good.
I need one more day of rest.
Yeah.
Reginald has been doing this weird thing. Reginald's my dog, if you don't know. Has been doing this thing where he gets scared at night. And maybe, honestly, maybe this is God trying to be funny and prepare me for kids. But he will be all fine and dandy on the end of the bed, right? Chilling. And then there's some times where there's a noise and I hear it and I know what's going on. And then other times I don't hear anything, but he like stands up and tries to lay between me and Maggie's heads, which are probably only like a foot, 2 foot apart. And Reginald's like 3.5 feet long and 100 pounds. And so I had to pick him up the other night because he won't move. Like I had to pick him up. He almost sat on Maggie's head. And so last night I had to stop him like 3 times from trying to get up in our face. Like, bro, just go lay back down. It's fine.
Lay down. Poor little guy. He's concerned.
He's all worried about stuff. And so
Yeah, but that sucks for you guys.
that's been fun. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and he's all like, "Hey, I just wanted to come sit on your face," and that's not what you really want at 3:00 in the morning.
No.
But
Not so much.
right, Brandy, it's kind of sad. It's like, the poor guy's he's old now, but he's also just a big baby, and he's scared of something. Like the AC unit makes condensation, and then the condensation freezes, and then the little fan in there will actually shoot small ice chunks out of the fan, and it makes kind of a racket when it does it. And so that's what scares him.
Poor guy. He's just a baby.
Depends on what is sitting on your face. You make a good point.
I was gonna say that. Of all the things that I don't mind sitting on my face, I don't want Reggie to sit on my face.
Yeah.
At 3:00 in the morning.
Reggie's not on the list.
Nope.
But yeah, it's Monday. It's episode 12, season 2. What is it? We're almost through July, man. It's
I know,
the 22nd.
freaking flying by.
Crazy time. Try having cats.
man.
I'm trying not to have cats. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was like a mid-sized to small little lap dog and he'd just like curl up next to your neck, that'd be fine. But he's too big for that.
Sure.
And his little gremlin claws are sharp. It pokes you. But welcome in, everybody. Today, because of my day off, I gathered quite a bit of weird news.
Nice.
So just kind of giving everybody a heads up, there will be a weird news segment. I also, I should have asked you about this before we started, but do we want to try the Instagram comments thing again?
We can. I think there's been a few more added.
I feel like we've looked at most of them, or have I missed a couple?
Well, I have a private one for comments.
Didn't you share that with me? And then and when I put them in there, they go straight to you for some reason.
No, so back in the day, we created a comments. This is way back.
Oh,
We created a comments like book or whatever it's called. But every time, every time one of us put it in there, both of us would get the notification. So it's like it was one of those things. It's like, oh, do I need to look at this right now, type thing? And I think we usually did. But I have a personal one that's just. It's called like comments for pod. But I haven't been adding too much to it.
Okay.
I also have a sad for pod that we haven't got into.
Oh, we never got into the sad part. That is true.
Yeah. Although yeah.
Today might not be the day for sadness.
Yeah.
We'll wait for a happier day. But yeah, we and then we also have the movie that we watched, which was Split. With what's that guy's name? Shyamalan something.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yes. Suggested by Maggie. Thank you, Maggie.
Suggested by Maggie. And we will talk about that as well. And then we'll do some after party. And I don't know what exactly we'll play, but we're gonna do something. Something's always something.
I wonder if Caleb and Josh are going to be on.
What, to try No Man?
No, well, to try kind of anything with the full squad.
Oh, sure.
J-Bob's usually never on, and Kevin's not on until like 11.
Yeah.
We're poor fortunate guy.
He's a late nighter.
Yeah. But he's hanging with his daughter, so he absolutely should be doing that.
Hashtag dad life. He's doing it right. Yeah, we could check with him. I could send him a message.
Sure.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I would love to.
The burps.
Ooh.
I'm trying not to ASMR that into the microphone for y'all.
ASMR burp stream.
Ooh, bro, could you imagine? On this topic, there are some. I'm actually just drinking a Coke Zero, a little mini Coke Zero. I haven't even broke into my Topo Chico yet. There are some outrageously weird streams out there.
Yeah. For ASMR?
For ASMR, for anything, really.
Yeah, fair.
I'm making mini
nice
corn
brandy.
dogs. If I just ate, but I'll take like 2 or 3.
Just ate it. I'll take 10.
There is the thing that gets me is there is probably a weird market out there for
for sure
for burp streams. I can't say that a dude doing that stream would be as profitable as perhaps a female counterpart. That's not even, it's not really, but it's still weird.
Yeah. I'm sure it's out there. That's like not, well,
it's gotta be, because I've seen a TikTok of a girl and like her whole thing was like, it was like a 15-minute video or 15-second video. And it was just her like pounding something and then burping. And that was it. And it was like, it had way too many views. Brandy's gonna do it. Brandy's starting up the burp streams. No, and then there's like, I think we've talked about this before, where they have like the ear microphones.
The ear one.
Yeah.
Yes. Huh, man.
Those are seconds that I can't get back, and memories that I can't dispose of.
Man.
The first time that I clicked on that, because I was like, what the heck is an ear? What? And then it was like,
yeah.
And you're like, oh God, frick! Get to my mouth!
Yeah.
It's bad.
Thank you.
It's bad. It's not good. That's worse than remembering the game. And there you go. Giving me PTSD. It is
PTSD for ear licking.
So cringe.
Oh, because Reggie.
I don't understand the attraction to that.
I was listening to like a streamer It wasn't a streamer. It was a video of someone doing ASMR, and then they broke that out in the middle of it, and I was like, ah! Just you're fine and dandy, and they're just talking to you about nothing, and then all of a sudden their tongue's in your ear.
Yeah, and you're like,
It's like being at school with Kevin again.
Get your tongue out of my ear. What's up, Heather? How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, and the weird part is I was in there long enough, which wasn't a very long time, but still too long, to read the screen where it was like every sub is like 5 minutes of ear licking.
Oh boy!
And so they're like, you pay for ear licking, and it's weird. My question is there people out there IRL who just want people to lick their ears?
Bro, it's just that somebody out there is donating subs or whatever, and it's just that Kylo just more.
Donates 100 subs. You're gonna be here for forever.
Oh, I gotta find that. That's amazing. Get swimmers here for.
Oh, gross.
Oh man, that's
Heather was
disgusting.
listening while she drives. Be safe, Heather. Don't text and drive.
Yeah.
I don't even understand feet, so I'm definitely not on the same page. I
don't
listen.
understand the feet thing either.
It's feet. Everybody's got them.
Yeah. Life-changing
Also, have to get my ear
experience.
licked. Sexy Bigfoot.
Well, also, you've seen those I don't know if they're custom microphones. I don't know what the heck.
They're like silicone
look into it.
ears.
Yeah. Yes. And I don't know why that's a thing.
The best part about, okay, I said the best part is that's crazy.
The best part.
That I said the best part. The weirdest part is that it's left and right oriented.
Yes.
So if you have headphones on and they lick the left ear, it sounds like they're in your left ear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'd be a life-changing experience. It's out there for anybody who wants it. I'm not gonna judge, but I will believe.
I need to hurry up and get into psychology again, so I can find out what people what the thought process is behind the people who wants the ear licks.
Yeah, because it's pretty clear.
35 minutes, Maggie.
How long did I watch the video of the ear licking? 10 seconds max, and then I got out of there.
Well, yeah, there's a few where it's like if you're skipping past on TikTok or whatever, somebody will do ear licking, and then somebody else will do ear licking with those things. So it's again, 20 seconds I can't get back.
Well, when I'm sitting at my computer, I have these on so that I can hear the computer. So I did have headphones on.
Ooh.
Imagine how clean your ears would be. Oh,
I don't think that's cleaner.
Personal ear cleaner.
Yeah. That's why you should never lick your friend's ears. Maybe that's why it's a big ASMR thing. It's like you shouldn't do this. Well, just because you shouldn't doesn't mean people won't.
Yeah.
I'm sure that some do not, Maggie. People, I'm sure they do not sanitize that.
Do they sanitize the mic? I don't know. They probably might. Hopefully, they have little wipes.
Here's hoping.
Tell them what Jack did to Sarah. So my nephew asked his mom if he could clean up her makeup area for V-Bucks. Okay, he's 11.
Oh boy!
And he found a used Q-tip on the ground or on the desk or something. And this Q-tip had earwax on it. And instead of throwing it away, he thought it'd be funny to stick it back in the non-used Q-tip jar. And then his mom goes to do. Apparently, if you're not a woman, you wouldn't know this, and I didn't know this. They take a Q-tip and they lick the end of it, and then they wipe their mascara off.
Oh boy,
or something like that.
Okay.
And so she picks up that Q-tip, and without noticing, and she twirled it on her tongue and thought she had been poisoned, and realized that
Oh my gosh, that's
earwax
horrible.
on a Q-tip.
That is absolutely horrible.
And yeah, and Jack did it on purpose. He thought it was funny, and I also agree.
To be fair, that's hilarious. Good job, Jack.
Yeah,
Don't do it again.
It's a big brain play for an 11-year-old.
Also, don't put things in your mouth if you don't look at it first.
Yeah, always look at what you're putting in your mouth.
That's what I'm thinking.
Pause.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, he got a lot of gigs out of it for sure.
Okay, so that's what is that what Q-tips are like for? Because they always say never stick them in your ears.
Oh, bro. Okay, let's talk about this. Who,
Sure.
by show of hands, put one in the chat if you have seen an ad for one of those like ear cleaner camera things where you shove it in your ear and you're like, oh, there's all this earwax. And then put 2 in if you haven't. For a long time, I saw these ads, and it's like the video is of like huge chunks of earwax that these people are pulling out. They're like, man, I can hear so much better. And so I bought one because of curiosity. It was like $9.
Oh, sure.
I got one.
Oh boy.
And connected it to my phone, and I'm sticking it in my ear, and I can see my eardrum, and I go as deep as I can go without it like hurting, and I don't see a thing. Maybe a little residual earwax around the edges, nothing crazy. Okay. I was heavily disappointed in my purchase after finding nothing in my ears. I have used Q-tips to clean out my ears for years. I didn't find, and in the commercials, they're like, yeah, don't use ear Q-tips. You'll find, and then they were like pulling out like fibers of Q-tip and you're like trying to fearmonger you into like buying their tools so you can get your earwax out. And I'm like, I've been using Q-tips for like probably 10 years and I've never like got one stuck or, and I didn't find and because they're like, if you use Q-tips, it shoves the earwax into your ear and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It didn't find a bit.
That's interesting because Phil was the first person to be like, don't do it to me. And he was very serious about don't use Q-tips in your ears.
It's the government trying to control you, man.
Well, I think it says on the box, and I never like looked at the box to check.
I'm pretty sure on the box it says don't put them in your ears, but
right.
I thought that was the only use for Q-tips for a long while.
Yeah. That's why I'm curious because I was literally thinking about this the other day. Not caring enough to look it up, but I was looking up or thinking, what the heck are Q-tips for if it's not for that? Because that's the only thing I've known them to be for.
Yeah, Maggie and I actually both did the camera thing in the ears, and neither one of us found anything, and we both have used Q-tips for forever. So I think there is a way to use, and this is a weird topic that we got onto, but I go and like, I hug the edges of my ears, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to use my fingers in a circle because that'd look weird out of context. But I make circular motions. I don't just poke it in. And this is getting weirder and weirder the more that I say things out of context. Anyway,
I found my clip.
Anyway, use Q-tips if you want to. Just use them responsibly, I suppose. Don't shove them too far in there.
Yes.
I like the chonky Q-tips for infants. They have extra layer of cotton, heavenly. Excuse me, on the ears. Q-tips were originally designed for baby care. Baby Betty Gaze was originally working name for the swab because daughter Betty laughed when her parents tickled her.
Oh boy. To her obituary. Okay.
Interesting.
That kind of makes sense because it went from Baby Betty Gaze to Queer Tips. So that makes a lot of sense. But Freudian slip.
Did you say queer tips?
What?
Oh, God. The LGBT queer tips.
LGBTQ tips.
All right, we're gonna get.
How is that not a thing? I need to text my gay friend.
Who's not capitalizing on June? They could have made colorful Q-tips
Yeah.
for June.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting banned.
Shut down the stream. We're doing it.
We're doing it. Everybody, we're going into
We're making
production.
it.
We're making queer tips
LGBTQ tips.
to compete.
Oh, I love it.
But who wants a box? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway,
There you go.
I buy the heck out of those.
Missed out.
Rainbow Q-tips would go so hard. Could
Yeah.
also sell them in dispensaries. Why do you buy them in dispensaries?
I'm guessing you use it to clean out the bong. Maybe.
Oh, fair enough.
Maybe. I think. Hold on. Let me text J-Bob.
Yeah.
Or somebody.
Who uses the bong? Brandy. Do you use Q-tips? Cleaning for glass. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the movie. Let's get on to
Sure,
some movie
Go from
topic.
psychology to movies. Yeah.
Psychology to arguably psychology again.
Actually, as soon as you mention weed. Yeah.
Listen, I've done more weed than you have, and I'm no narc. Okay.
Yeah. And I've done more weed than you have. Period. No, I'm definitely not a narc.
I just think it's funny when you talk about drugs to say it like old people talk about the internet, like the Facebook and
The weed.
the YouTube, the
The
weed.
PCP.
Prescription.
Is that a
drugs.
challenge, Maggie?
Yeah, I bet I can eat more drugs than
I
you
bet
can.
I could do more than you. Bro, do you know all the? It's like in Skyrim, whenever you like eat an ingredient, and if you eat too many, you just die. So it's just
You overdose on freaking.
Advil, melatonin, just all this stuff. Oh man, that'd be fun.
The race is on. Anyway, we watched Split this week.
Yes.
It is a movie that was made
Came out in 2016.
2016-ish, right? Or 17?
I think it was 16. I think it was 16.
Which, for some reason, in my recollection of this movie, I thought it was a lot older.
Interesting.
Sorry. Because I remember seeing commercials. Welcome Home. 2000.
It was on Disney Plus?
It was on Disney Plus, but we went and watched it on Amazon because there was too many commercials.
MDB is 2016. That's where I got my info.
I
don't know.
Disney Plus, honestly, it's a government conspiracy hole. I'm
glad, Heather. I'm glad you made it home as well.
Not to be trusted. Anyway, I after seeing the cover art of this movie, I realized what movie this is. And I have not seen it, but I have seen like a trailer for it.
Gotcha.
Which is more than I can say for a lot of the movies that I watch on this channel. So I kind of knew what I was getting into. I do remember thinking that it was going to be scarier when I saw the trailer originally.
Yeah.
It's not really it's not a horror movie. It's
a thriller.
A thriller, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it did look more like a horror movie.
The commercials make it look real creepy. Which, arguably, if you were in that scenario, would be very creepy. That'd be pretty scary. But it follows a dude with multiple personality disorder or whatever it is, DID.
Very nice.
And
jeez, I have a
identity
blank.
dissociation disease or something.
Dissociative identity disorder.
There you go. Maggie told me what it was. Cannibalism isn't scary enough. It's not really. When you've seen what I've seen. No, I'm just kidding.
Zombies and like the reasoning.
It was honestly I don't know. It was an interesting watch. I'll say that. I knew what I was getting into, but I also didn't know what really to expect for the whole thing, because I didn't do any looking up or research into this movie. But it kept my attention.
That's good.
To like see what's gonna happen next. Old girl handled it pretty well. Yeah. You know, she apparently had seen some stuff in her life. One thing that I did think after the movie was over, I was like, man, this would be better if it was rated R.
I agree with that.
Not to like put more like weird stuff in it, but to put more gore. Maggie pointed out some of the special effects makeup was really bad, and I agree. But I think a R rating would have allowed it to be better, if that makes sense. Like,
sure.
I don't know. There could have just been more. I had thought of a couple instances, and they're slipping from my memory. But I feel like, like for instance, he eats those two girls, right? And there's like barely any blood on him. I'm like, there should have been a lot more screaming and blood, and I don't know what constitutes an R rating. But and obviously with an R rating, they could have got real weird with like how he was having them take off their clothes and stuff. That's not what I want. I'd just leave it the way it was, but like give it more gore more like intensity, I guess. Split.
The movie Split.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I'm trying to remember, because I have seen this. I'd seen this before and rewatched it again. The bad sound effects is what you guys are talking about primarily.
Special effects. The makeup.
Special effects.
The where she got bit, like she got her calf bit, and then like it showed it, and it was like, that doesn't look like, that looks like a burn, if anything.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if he gets blasted twice with a shotgun, and it was like just like a flip, like it didn't look like it did anything really.
Well, it said at the very end, it said it didn't go through. Didn't go through.
Right, but it still didn't look like anything.
But no, that's fair. It's interesting. It kind of, now that you're mentioning it, yeah, M. Night Shyamalan does love PG-13 as opposed to R. I say that he just has made more PG-13s. I'm interested to see, because I bet because I agree. Like, it was one of the, spoiler alert, there's a gal who was dead, and she had like a stomach wound.
Yeah,
and it did not, like, it only showed it for a little tiny bit.
Sure.
And it didn't look that good.
No.
But it was so fast that I thought maybe it's supposed to draw your eye, and a way to do that is to make it look off.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if they just filmed it like they were gonna put stuff in post.
Maybe.
Because when one girl's on the ground, she gets pulled away.
Yeah.
There should have been blood like all over the place.
Everywhere.
Like there should have been like blood smeared on the ground.
Absolutely.
Where she was pulled. At least.
Or when he like crushes that old lady, like at least like blood out of her mouth or like something.
Yeah.
Because she didn't, she like died, but she didn't die. You know, it was like, you know.
Sure.
Maybe one of her eyeballs pops out. I don't know. Like you can go kind of crazy when it comes to.
Yeah.
When it comes, like if you give it that R rating, the amount of like
you can go nuts with
scariness can go up because of the intensity.
And also the intensity makes you want to look away.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have to add that much, but just a hint of it and then cut, it makes it a lot creepier.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
I agree.
There was parts that obviously meant like the flashbacks when she was a little girl and hunting in the woods. And then there's that part, which I don't think we can say the word on stream. But but her uncle does something inappropriate. Obviously, that part
doesn't show anything.
That doesn't show anything. That part was a little bit confusing. Not because it was like, what did he do? You know, but it was like, it was kind of like, I think they could have told that part a little bit better. It was kind of straight, like, I don't know, it was straightforward, but also they kind of skipped over it really quick. I felt like
skated around it.
Yeah, and then there was, and then it was just her holding a gun, right? And just felt kind of jumpy. And
it's,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the gun in question is a shotgun, and they're deer hunting. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But go ahead.
Buckshot, baby. But what I was gonna say is that whenever, also spoiler, her scars looked so terribly done. Is that the one where she was? Yeah, never mind.
Sure, like cutting scars.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. No, I really wonder if they were gonna fix stuff up in post.
Yeah.
As opposed to what they did, because
all
the stuff almost looks like placeholders.
Yeah.
Ran out of money or time, or wanted to keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
Also, with the flashbacks, they are weird and jumpy, and man, I'll take the PG-13 if it's PG-13 of that storyline.
Sure.
Because I don't want any more of what that was.
That doesn't need to be.
I hate how uncomfortable that makes me.
Right. And that's why I tried to accentuate, like, an R rating would make this movie better, but also I don't want the R rating of those incidences.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, the thing with, like, you do what with the gun?
I mean, I know you can use slugs, but I just feel like that was the shotgun looked too small, to be honest.
I mean, she was holding it and it looked like normal sized.
Well, when the dude was holding it, it looked half size. Yeah, it was like I mean, you could argue that it was a youth shotgun, and I'm not going to get into that. However, when she's running away from the bad guy at the very end and she drops the shotgun shells and then reaches down to pick them up, they play the sound of brass pinging on the ground. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it sounded like empty brass casings instead of shotgun shells, which a loaded shotgun shell is not going to sound like anything when it's on the ground. It sounds like a beanbag when it hits the ground. It's just...
Yeah, like, it does not sound like...
There's not a sound. Not a sound.
There might be a small metallic sound, but it's like thud as opposed to...
So they kind of... I giggled at that part. Because she, like, reaches around to pick up a couple, and it's like... Right. You're like, what?
There was... so with the flashbacks, also, I think they were kind... I understand why they did them that way, because I think it shows... Sure, Sexy Bigfoot. I think it shows, like, from her perspective, you know, and when you remember things as a kid, it is those jumps to, like, I don't know what happened in between, but I remember this, and I remember this because of that.
Sure.
So, I mean, I kind of understand that. I agree with you. I think there is a better way you can tell it. However, I think you sacrifice that for tone.
Sure.
I think, or realism. He was a large dude. Yes. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the other VFX. I wasn't paying attention to that this time around. I should have, but I was mainly just paying attention to the story. And the story, I thought the story was kind of like, in a theoretical sense, was very good.
Yeah,
because especially whenever they're talking, I don't think this is any spoilers, but he does have dissociative identity disorder.
Yep.
And apparently, 24 people. I thought it was interesting that if those people were able to talk, like, throughout history, whenever people are in groups, you know, you have myths and legends. So with the rules that the movie puts down, I thought it was a really good, it was good. They built the playground and they played a good game with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have, you know, it's a micro society of these people who can talk to each other or trying to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And then they believe 24 if you don't believe in the beast. Yes. they believe in these, historically people believe in these myths, and like I think it would help with society because you believe in these deities or whatever, and especially with like the military part of it, you tell your warriors channel the spirit of the bear or whatever, and they fight harder. So I think that's a really cool idea to like play with, and where they played with it, I think was a cool idea. And I think M. Night wrote it, I think, but I just thought it was cool.
About halfway through this movie, I was like, oh, this is like a movie to like raise awareness for DID, and then and then by the end of it, I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely not. And then Maggie told me that the DID community actually didn't really like this movie.
Yeah, no, I heard my sister's got her doctorate. She was like, oh, I bet. Yeah, man, it's rough because hopefully people will watch that and go, but like, wait, is that a thing that can happen?
But like, what personality was offended though? Because it could have been like a.
Gosh dang it!
It could have. It could have been like a, not a reasonable.
Oh man.
It could have been.
It was one person, just 30 different Twitter accounts.
Yeah. Oh man, that I didn't even think. I didn't even think about that one. It was like 2 people got upset, but 30 different personalities.
Oh man, no, I hope if you have any questions about like the psychology behind this movie, please look into DID, because information's better than fear in this instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, historically, people did not believe in this.
Right. I honestly, I think it would be kind of fun to sit and talk with somebody that had different identities, and then like midway through the conversation, they like change it up, and you're like, oh, like I would have, like the first portion of the therapist, where she's like, who am I talking to right now, kind of thing. I was like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you're friends with one of those people, how many friends do you have?
All of the friends. These are the friends I have. Well, yeah. No,
how many of their personalities didn't like the movie? Right. That's what I'm saying.
Decent job. Yeah. No, James McAvoy. I love James McAvoy. Whenever he did this, I thought he did a really good job. He was creepy a lot of the time.
No, I was gonna bring that up. I forgot to mention that part. Is he, the main actor of the movie, did a phenomenal job acting each character. And especially when they showed the active switches, and him changing character.
Yeah. That would be so much fun to do as an actor, but the talent he put on and skill with that is amazing. Yep. Like, even if it wasn't accurate or the best, it's so impressive how, especially with the real-time switches, how well he did.
And having some of them have like different accents or speech impediments, or one of them had a lisp, I think. And then switching to like a 9-year-old kid. And then going back to like the original guy,
dude, what he says when he switches back, I won't spoil it. It's just like, bro, that's so good, etc. It's so good when he's asking like what date it is.
Yeah, will you trying to trick me, etc.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, that character he did a great job with.
I hope that M. Night let him kind of make those characters ad lib, or at least I hope that that's the case. Like, he wrote the etc. part. Like he just kind of started saying etc. and then kind of kept it as the thing.
I know that. Let's see. There's a part where he's dancing, I think, as the little kid. Yep. And I believe that was all improvised. I think I read that it was all improvised, like the entire dance.
Yeah.
So Hedwig. Yeah. I keep forgetting that's his name. I loved his portrayal.
Yeah.
And I thought Anna Taylor-Joy was also a delight. Didn't have as much to work with. I mean, geez, he did great, but he also had so much to work with in terms of playing around as that character.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's the other person you said?
The main gal,
Oh,
Anna Taylor-Joy. Is that her name?
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
That freaked me out the most.
I will say that maybe probably one of my biggest complaints about this movie is I wish, and I don't know what the budget for this movie was, or like what, like we kind of said, the special effects were a little bit less than special, but I think my biggest complaint is I wish the quality, like the main actor guy did great. The story was pretty good, but I wish that the co-stars and the effects were better.
Yeah.
It kind of like, you could definitely see the contrast in like, this guy is really good at acting, and then we have these three other people that are not as great at acting, and it showed it like there was a really stark, you could tell.
I think the biggest one was between the three captives.
Yeah,
because it was like, you can tell Anna Taylor-Joy is just on another level or two, and those other gals, they're all young, so I don't want to disparage them, but between the three, it's like, okay, this person is clearly really good at this.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I think that I'll give my rating here, but I'll say this first: is I think I would have a higher rating if they remade it today using the same guy, maybe the same actor and co-actor, the gal and the psychiatrist or whoever it was, with maybe a bigger budget and maybe an R rating, making like the special effects, gorier and making it look more creepy. But I'm gonna give it a 7.3. Nice. I enjoyed the story. There was a little bit of like, some of like this, I don't know, some of it was just like, you can connect the dots, but I kind of wish they would have done a better job connecting some of them for you. There was just there was some parts that just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, like when he was at the train and he put the flowers on the ground. I don't know what that was all about, and maybe I just missed it. Maybe I wasn't watching the movie closely enough, but I enjoyed it. It just, I think if it was remade now, it could be an 8 or maybe even an 8.5.
Gotcha. Well, I looked up the budget. The flowers thing, I believe. Okay, I don't know why he put them there, but he bought the flowers for the lady who was trying to take over. And then I loved that whole scene of him, like them cutting to him switching.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Thought that was awesome. Patricia. So I think because he switched to the dude that was in charge.
Dean.
Can't remember his name. Dean?
Dennis.
Yes. Because he switched to him. And that's when he put the flowers down. And then he switched to, I'm not going to say the spoiler. So I guess he might have thought he was coming back. Or I don't know. Because that's what I initially thought, was that he was going somewhere and then was going to come back. And then when he was there, he would have been Patricia. Maggie said for his dad?
Who's dad, though?
For Kevin. Trying to think. But okay, so crazy thing. The more I said his abusive dad left him on the train and never came back. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's probably it.
Huh. See, that's what I'm talking about. I was not paying attention enough to catch those. I wish they would have.
Okay. So I read this, and the more it sits in, the more I'm impressed. Man. So the budget was, let me get this right. Yeah. $9 million.
Well, dang.
And that is tiny
Yeah.
for Hollywood. Yeah, it made back its money the opening week. That's kind of insane
Yeah.
for 90. Like, I mean, we can tell that it's with what we've brought up.
A little under budget.
Right. But like with the story they told, you never really had to go and make these giant what is it called? Sets.
Yeah.
There's no storytelling outside of the confines of the place that they were at.
Right.
There wasn't much. So I'm very impressed with that. Because, yeah, put another $1 million in for the budget or for the special effects.
Yeah.
Because that's where they saved all their money.
They saved their money in the special effects. And maybe, honestly,
Yeah.
maybe they made the movie, and then in post, like you said, they added some stuff, and then their rating hit R, and M. Night Shyamalan was like, I don't want it to be an R-rated movie, and so they went back and took those out. I don't know.
I might have to do some more research on the like behind the scenes stuff, because that's interesting that didn't happen. Also, what did you watch it on?
Amazon.
Okay,
Prime.
so did you see the alternate ending at the very end?
Yeah, where he was sitting on the top of the building.
Yeah, I'm so glad they didn't use that ending.
Yeah.
Personally, the other one was so much better.
Yeah, for sure. They kind of
that's
set it up
interesting.
like there was going to be another one.
There is.
And is there going to be another one soon?
No, it already came out.
Oh, it already came.
This one is a bit of a sequel. It's not. So you saw Bruce Willis at the end of it. There was a movie made a long time ago called Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, M. Night Shyamalan. And this is a sequel to this takes place in the same world that does.
Okay.
And then the third one combines the two, and it's another story. But the third one is called Glass. So yes, it's so the fact that you didn't know that, I didn't know there was a connection.
Okay.
So I went and saw this first, then I went and saw I believe it's Unbreakable. It's a good movie. And then Glass came out. Holy crap, Maggie, you haven't seen it.
No, we haven't seen it.
Oh,
We might just have to
awesome.
do extracurricular watching there.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend y'all do that. It's,
So it's
really
Unbreakable.
interesting.
Which one's first in the sequence?
In the story, it's Unbreakable,
Split.
this Split, and then Glass is the third
Gotcha.
one.
Okay.
And I think Glass came out 17 or 18, somewhere
Gotcha.
around there.
Okay. And are there thrillers also?
The first one, I don't know if you would call that a thriller. It's probably the closest thing to. It's a suspense action, I would
Okay.
say, more than a thriller. I guess the end is kind of a thriller.
Sure.
And then the third one is, I want to say, kind of the same suspense action thriller.
Okay.
It's gonna watch it again. Oh man. Yes, it is Bruce Willis in all three, and Samuel L. Jackson's in the first and third one.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, Maggie's dad closely resembles Bruce Willis.
Yeah. No, I remember that.
So what's your rating? What do you give this movie?
Okay, with the budget, I'm gonna say 8.8 or 9.
Oh wow.
Because the story, I think the story is good. The performances are good. There's hey, what's up, Kevin? I think the story was good. The performances I really enjoyed. It's just the scale and the fact that it was 9 million. That's less than what was the Godzilla -1, which was shocking for being 15. Yeah.
Huh.
And then that movie with Jim Caviezel that came out last year, that was also 15. It was about trafficking. Good movie, especially with the budget.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's good. You should try and find it. I might send you that later.
Okay.
I was for an hour.
You've been here
cool.
You've been here for an hour.
Well, welcome.
Thanks for chat.
Thanks for lurking.
I need to text you, Kevin. I have a question.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit higher just because of the cost and then the performances.
Sure.
And the story.
I mean,
think
that's
is
fair.
solid.
That's fair. But
Probably a little overrated, but still.
Hey, I thought that I thought it was great. I thought it was
Yeah.
you know, I would probably watch it again. Like later
that's
down,
another thing.
like a year or two down the road, be like, let's watch Split. Oh, you were
nice,
up in
Kevin.
the air. Gotcha.
This one I did benefit from. Like the second time I watched it, I noticed stuff they built up like in the background. So yeah, I recommend it. Might have to watch that with some family members again because it was good.
What
It's good. Good movie.
what's our movie next week?
That's a good question. You know, I always know that question's coming, and I always forget to check. Just trying to think who was next. Some order. All right. So it is not Joe. Oh, Brandy suggested Flashback. I'm unfamiliar with this one. Yes.
We got a Brandy movie? I feel like we haven't had a Brandy movie in a good long while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm on business from the fall. Saturday. Gnarly.
Ooh, they're getting gnar. Bruises always look worse while they're healing. They always get like yellowish, purpley, nasty.
Yikes. Sorry, Heather. Oh,
Mary
nice.
Dingus, welcome in.
Yeah, welcome.
Just been dealing with some children.
Cheering.
Doing the
Love
Lord's
it.
work.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, I hope that the pain at least is mostly gone for those bruises. Heather had a little tumble. She had a rapid descent in a quick I don't know what I was trying to say. She fell.
Short drop in a sudden stop.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking
She
for.
fell. Dude, I just watched that this weekend. Great movie.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a firefighter movie?
It's a firefighter.
Flashback?
What's it called? A flashback.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Let me look at it. Well, I can look that up later. But I don't think I've heard of that. And I think. Hold on.
Mary to Dingus, have you not seen Split? Have you you and Mr. Dingus not seen the Split movie?
Oof, there's multiple flashbacks. I gotta figure out which one Brandy's talking
Brandy,
about.
are you in the chat?
Brandy, help!
Brandy, raise your hand.
Yeah, me too.
Movies that make you think are good. I love a good thinker, but then some days I'm in a mood for I don't want to think at all.
Yeah. Some days I'm in a mood for any Transformers movie.
Any Transformers, what's that guy's name? Michael Bay. Any Michael Bay movie ever.
Let's see. That's man. I'm glad that came up because
we gotta figure out which flashback, flashpoint,
flashback. I
Flashback.
believe. I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
Inception's one of my favorite thinker movies.
Yes. Yeah. Love that one.
But
Oh, it's so good.
so good. But Last Split is a psychology adjacent.
Yeah.
Oh, and Maggie, it's got to watch the psychologies. Right on. So, next movie, we're gonna figure out which one it is because apparently there's multiple. But
I literally saw 2022, 1999, and then 2021. I'm like, okay, hold on. This could be anything.
it could be any of these.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's jump into some weird news here. We'll go over these real quick. Let me hit my little button. Welcome everybody. My name is Justin, your host for Weird News, accompanied by my partner Michael Mahaffey. First up on Weird News, hold on, let me get to the top of my thing here. First up on Weird News, shirts with printed on sweat stains are being sold for $350. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Hold on. I pushed the wrong button. Stop! There we go.
Now on Or News.
Now on Or News, my phone's killing itself. Luxury fashion brand LGN, headed by designer Luis Gabriel Noich. No one really cares what his name is. Has unveiled a unique line of t-shirts and sweatshirts that feature printed sweat marks, priced at $350 per shirt. This avant-garde collection is designed to help wearers tackle the hot summer months with a sense of humor. Would you consider buying one of these?
Absolutely not. Sorry. Was that for me? What about yourself?
No. Listen, the shirts that I wear are sweaty enough. There's no way I need assistance looking like I'm sweating. If this doesn't just show, if this doesn't just say, if it doesn't scream like I don't ever go outside and get hot and sweaty, I don't know what does.
Or I don't work.
Yeah.
Physically. That annoys me so much.
It's so annoying, to be honest. Here a little bit of a political news. Not to get too crazy with it, but Biden drops out of presidential race on National Ice Cream Day. Which is kind of funny if you know how much that man loves his ice cream.
That is funny.
President Biden announced he will suspend his 2024 re-election campaign amid mounting pressure from Democratic colleagues, donors, and Hollywood stars following the poor debate performance. The discussion came after increased calls from Democrat lawmakers for Biden to step aside, concerns about his age and fitness for the office, and COVID-19 diagnosis. Biden's campaign had been struggling since June presidential debate, which sparked widespread panic within the Democratic Party, despite the initial defiance and support from party leaders. Biden ultimately decided to end his bid, bringing to a close his half-century-long career in national politics on National Ice Cream Day.
Man, that is actually hysterical.
No one saw that coming, right?
Also, yes, as Maggie said, we're happy for him. Man can finally rest and enjoy his ice cream.
Yeah.
Which,
Hopefully he gets.
That's what he should be doing.
Hopefully he gets a lot of it.
Yes.
Let's see. I thought I had two.
Wish him well.
Oh, also, kind of in the political spectrum, man who tried to assassinate Reagan says violence is not the way to go. John Hinckley Jr., I think that's how you say his name.
Yep.
Who attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan in 1981, commented on the recent attempt to assassinate Donald Trump, disavowing his past actions in a social media post. Violence is not the way to go. Give peace a chance. Hinckley wrote on X on Wednesday. His sentiments drew a mix of amusement and ironic responses. Listen, it takes one to know one, right? And
if anyone knows, it's him,
Widespread Panic is a great band, by the way. Right. If you're going to know, if somebody's going to know about not trying to assassinate people or not using violence, it's going to be somebody who tried to use violence.
Who tried it. Yeah.
Apparently he got let out early.
Yeah. So I was.
He served, I think he served 20.
He deleted the post. Did he
He-
change his mind?
Oops. Maybe he just got
interesting.
hackled too much.
Yeah, that's
or
what I'm
heckled.
guessing.
Hackled.
Heckled. Yeah.
Um.
Wait, hold on. That's
Wait,
John
never mind.
Hinckley Jr. Oh.
John Hinckley Jr.
Oh, so okay. Yeah. That's who we're talking about. He. Okay. Like I said, if we should listen to anybody about not doing political violence, is a guy who did political violence and nothing happened.
Yeah.
However, it was brought to my attention that most people who do political assassinations, most, not all, don't do it for politics. They do it mainly because they're, I can't use the term crazy, but delusional, extremely delusional.
Mm-hmm. Mentally unwell.
Yeah. Like the guy who killed, I think it was John Hinckley Jr. did it for, to impress Jodie Foster.
He did it for love?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Poor guy. She's not batting for that team.
Well,
but
you know what they say, all is fair in love and war. So technically, I don't think he should have been put away for it. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Your Honor, he did it for love.
Yeah.
I rest my case. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that not a lot of them do it. Of the people we're able to talk to, they couldn't care less about politics. A lot of the time, they were doing it to be famous.
Yeah.
Or get attention.
And I think this most recent attempt was probably the same way, is what I'm kind of believe from it.
Yeah.
In other news, Japan women's gymnastics captain out of Paris Games for smoking. Japan's top female gymnast and team captain, whatever her name is, has been removed from the Paris Olympic teams following allegations of underage smoking, a violation of the Japanese Gymnastic Association, the JGA, code of conduct. This gymnast, 19, was sent home from the Olympics preparation camps in Monaco as the legal smoking age of Japan is 20. She was notably absent from a media open practice session in Monaco on Wednesday due to circumstances. She is not participating today. That was in quotes. Said training director, according to these names are ridiculous. Like, who can actually say them? The JGA,
at least the whole island,
officials confirmed that this gymnast returned to Japan on Thursday after investigations at the Monaco training camp revealed violations including underage smoking and alcohol consumption. The women's gymnastics team will now compete with 4 athletes instead of 5. End quote. We apologize from the bottom of our hearts to this, said JGA president, who bowed deeply along with other officials, including the personal trainer of this gymnast. Unfortunate.
Man, those poor guys, or those poor people, her teammates, all that sucks.
Yeah, it really does. My thing is, this isn't the first time that an athlete has been taken out of the games for making bad choices, and it happens every year.
Yeah,
or every year, like it happens. The gymnastic, it happens every Olympics where someone will do something and then get thrown out, and it's like, why would you're about to perform on the largest sporting event stage in the world? Why would you even risk smoking or drinking or doing anything like that in the leading up to the Olympics? Is my question.
Sure, yeah. I do know that nicotine or smoking usually decreases stress.
Sure.
So I'm guessing that might be why. Also addiction, very much so. Did you say it was cigarettes? It wasn't weed? The weed?
It doesn't specify, but it It just says underage smoking and alcohol consumption.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I mean, this stuff happens every time there's an Olympics.
All the time.
So it's not surprising.
It's not surprising. It's sad for sure.
She was under and she's a captain.
Yep.
So she's probably under even more stress than, even her teammates.
Sure.
However, you can't do that. You can't get caught doing that.
That's true, Caleb.
First of all, missions have a lack of consequences. Yeah. Oh, dude. Actually, that's very true with. To your point, Caleb. That's also very true with athletes in general.
Yeah.
Look at Johnny Football from a few years ago.
Yeah, they kind of just get away with stuff.
Yeah. No. So thoughts and prayers for that team. It sucks for her team.
It definitely does.
I'm sorry for.
In other news, Germany. This happened.
Selling cigarettes to the Japanese.
Giving out cigarettes to the Japanese team. No.
Sorry.
Team better lock in. That's what I'm saying. Tesla factory missing 65,000 coffee mugs in Germany. There's a Tesla factory in Germany. When Tesla plant manager, whatever his name is, took the podium near the end of a staff meeting that they were having, Germany's, I don't know what that word is. It's something German. Newspaper reported that he avoided addressing the instance conflict between the Workers' Council and the IG metal union that had dominated the discussion. Instead, this guy chose to share the surprising statistic. I'm just going to give you a figure, he said, at the Tesla factory, which employs around 12,000 people. So 65,000 mugs missing, 12,000 people only work there. In a vast complex southeast of Berlin, we bought 65,000 coffee mugs since we started production here. 65,000. Statistically speaking, each of you already have 5 IKEA coffee mugs at home. Expressing his frustration, the plant manager added, I am really tired of approving orders to buy more coffee cups. Which invoked laughter and applause from the audience. He humorously warned that there would be no cutlery in the break rooms if the thefts continue. That's a lot of coffee mugs.
That's so many.
And
also, has anyone checked the attic?
One of the comments on the top said, I guess you could say they got mugged. And
jeez. And then how many ceramic plates? It's so interesting. How many? 60,000? 6,000?
65,000 coffee mugs.
Jeez.
And I don't think that they just lost. They didn't just all of a sudden lose 65,000. It was over a period of time. People just kept taking the coffee mugs that were there home. And the people who are in charge of keeping coffee mugs in the break room had to keep asking the guy, hey, can you approve more coffee mugs?
Right.
And that just lots and lots of mugs.
Man, that is that's crazy. I also environmentally backwards. How toxic are ceramics to the environment?
I have no idea. What is ceramic even
unless they're
made
plastic? I think it's clay. Clay. It's clay, so it can't be that bad, right?
It's just. I mean, that's
hot clay.
I guess Tesla coffee mugs are made out of clay. What I would do if I was a Tesla employee and you could just steal coffee mugs is I would just take a bunch of them home and then just sell them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like
that's Tesla, and I'm guessing that's what people are doing.
Tesla mugs. has less of an impact on the environment than Taylor Swift. Absolutely. Microplastics. And let's see. I think this is... Yeah, last one. Last but not least, study shows that 85% of things we worry about never happen. A recent study... What?
Go for it. Sorry.
A recent study at Cornell University discovered that 85% of the things people worry about never actually occur. Of the 15% that do happen, 79% of individuals found the challenges easier to handle than anticipated or learned variable lessons from them. So whatever you're currently worrying about, take a deep breath and remember it's most likely either won't happen or it'll be easier to overcome than you think.
Yeah. People are much more capable of doing things than they think. 85%. It's weird to assign a number value to that, but I guess it's probably statistics on like how people answered.
Sure.
You know, it's like how scared were you to accomplish this task?
Right.
And they say, you know,
is it really a quantifiable
level of intensity?
Sure.
Also, hold on. I just remembered Maggie said something that made me laugh really hard. I'm trying to. I can't find it. Says the pilot father. All right, Kevin. Let's see the demographic from the people. Yeah, no, that's what it was. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah. Geez, way back when, but he's trying to riz up a lesbian.
What?
No, the John Hinckley Jr.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Just forgot about it until now.
Tried to riz up a lesbian. That never goes right.
I mean, look at what he did. He shot at the president. He believed in himself.
He definitely had some belief in himself too.
Talking about John Hinckley Jr. I'm not talking about the last guy. I just realized how that sounds. Yeah. So
I guess that being said, don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just try it. And you can always, this is America, you can always try again.
Yeah. And honestly,
and you can get better.
What's the best thing to tell somebody who's worrying about something? Don't worry about it. Just don't.
Is that the best thing to tell them?
I think so.
It's not.
that's what I tell them. Stop. Just don't worry.
How many times has Maggie slapped you?
Just don't worry about it. Not yet.
Oh man. Can we talk about the fact that everyone thinks Biden is dead or incapacitated? As of right now?
Yeah. They think he's gone.
Check, Kevin. I have done that. Oh, Laker did too.
Laker also. He did more than. It was a dude.
Well, no, that was this is a different time.
Oh, separate time.
Yeah, I gotta wait for the statute of limitations on that one.
Yeah.
No, this was he was in. I bet. Let's see. President resigned. Over Twitter. Oh, so the fact that he didn't do it IRL, people think he's dead. I've been saying he's dead for 4 years.
Yeah.
I want to say that.
Let's be honest. He could be gone for a while. But he hasn't shown his for being the president. This man does not, and for good cause, because he's never really had a great speech in his life. Doesn't show himself to the public very often.
Ever. Hardly ever. Maggie
fell for lesbian Riz. Yep, I rizzed her up with my lesbian superpowers. I've never been rizzed up by a lesbian.
I don't think you would.
I wouldn't imagine so. I don't give off that kind of vibe, do I?
What, being a woman?
Yeah.
No.
I
wouldn't say
I don't
so.
play that card very well.
Very often.
Very often, if not at all. Unfortunately, I've not been so lucky. Wait, Caleb, you got rizzed up by a lesbian? I don't know how we got here.
Trying to remember if I did. I don't think no, she's not a lesbian. Never mind.
Time's it. Oh,
We're
okay.
trying to convert.
We got about 10 minutes.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Oh man, but all the times I've been attempted to raise up by a dude. A lot.
the
much.
time you
Oh
wore
my
makeup
God.
on stream, that was the one time. Okay, Heather.
He did it for money. Gay man have approached me.
I see.
Caleb, I was joking, and I'm not gay.
Listen, when you're, I know that nobody here knows what Caleb looks like, except for myself and. Have you seen him, Mike?
Yeah, no, it's hard to remember what he looks like, but yeah,
Listen.
yeah,
When you look masculine, you attract a certain type, you know, and it's usually those who are more feminine. And regardless of, this is a weird conversation we're having.
So is he taller than you?
He's taller than I am.
I know. Yeah, I was
By
gonna
like
say
an
I know
inch
he's
or
taller
two.
than me. So yeah, no, that's not that surprising.
He's got
Good for you.
He's got the
Take it as
tall,
a
dark, and
compliment.
handsome thing going on
Just down to the bone, like that is
to the T.
the definition of tall, dark, and handsome.
You type in tall, dark, and handsome, you were not going to find a picture of Caleb.
Yeah,
Because that would never happen.
He took it down.
Because he's also good with computers and wiped that.
Right.
I would pay money to see Caleb.
You know, I would if I could
Never.
find him. I would record myself doing it just for a meme.
I know where he is. That's the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
Well, that narrows it down a little bit,
La-
Sexy Bigfoot. But
Last time I checked, Sexy Bigfoot, I don't know anymore.
Michael Jackson used to be black too, but
Oh man.
oh yeah, Microsoft. That was crazy. Microsoft kind of had a big whoopsie daisy,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and nobody could
Just-
freaking fly anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not flying
Insane.
around anymore.
Kevin pulled that up because Kevin doesn't want to talk about all the gay dude riz.
Yeah. Well, you might as well pay me
Uh,
because I always seem to get him all riled up. Heather do be trying to riz Caleb up a lot. They switched topics real quick. But yeah.
Interesting.
We get on these topics and then I lose all other train of thought. I lose the ability to think.
You need to give me a general area where I can find Caleb because I really want to hang out. I've said it multiple times, but you know, he's always like hacking into the government or something.
Yeah. I you know, maybe one day Caleb will come and visit.
I'm gonna share my location with you, and you need to tell me if I'm
I'll tell you
hot
hot
or
or
cold.
cold. You just start heading south from where you're at, Mike, and
I know
I'll
it's
tell
south.
you.
Man.
Caleb doesn't hang out.
Caleb's-
That's not true. Me and Caleb.
Oh, look.
Me and Caleb have hours of hangout time.
We
the
have
little
minutes.
emoji. Oh man. I would
shoot.
listen, and because look, I don't know how many white friends Caleb has, but you know, I'm definitely
At least one.
I'm definitely one of them. So,
Yeah.
and I don't want to.
I'm gonna find out.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna.
I don't want to lose his trust. Okay.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's admirable. But I think it would be a fun stream. Me driving around Tulsa, trying to ping his location. I won't even. You know, I will not go to your house, but I will get close, so I can be like, "Hey, you want to meet up at
Yeah,
the
Kevin went to school
Quick
with him.
Trip right next?" I know. I'm gonna find out one of these days that like Kevin and J Bob and him like hang out all the time. And I just don't know.
Mike's like,
about
what the
it.
heck? I'm trying to hang out.
I can't believe it's just
You play too much. How did me and Caleb meet? So me and Caleb were both homeschooled.
FarmersOnly.com.
Farmers only. Me and Caleb were homeschooled, and we met in a homeschool group, which was it's a massive group of families who bring all their kids to one place to do like sports and socialize. So you got to bring your kids out to socialize. That's how you end up like a cool homeschooler like me. At least mostly cool. And then I remember asking Caleb if he played Xbox, and he did, and then we exchanged gamer tags. Thus, the friendships began. So, yeah, we met in real life, and then we continued our friendship through Xbox, and then we did gaming parties. And I was actually telling Maggie one time, Caleb called a Domino's, and Caleb, I don't know if you remember this or not, but he gave the Domino's dude the name Bilbo Baggins. And the guy was like, "No, really, what's your name?" And he was like, "No, I'm serious. My parents are like huge Lord of the Rings fans. My name's Bilbo Baggins." And so he's like, "Okay, whatever." And so we order the pizzas, right? It's three pizzas, and then we go to pick them up. We all walk in there, and the guy's like, "What's your name?" And Caleb goes, "Bilbo Baggins." And then the manager or something comes out, and he was all pissed that Caleb gave him Bilbo Baggins. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, what's the difference of if I would have came in here and said my name was John and my name's not John? It's the same. It's the same difference. Like, it's just a placeholder. Give me my pizza. I already paid for it. Yeah, the manager of the store was a short white man. So that may have. Yeah. He maybe thought we were targeting him.
It's like cultural appropriation.
Money is still green. That's what I'm saying, baby. But yeah, me, Caleb, and Josh used to have game nights all the time. Yeah, speaking of game nights, what are we playing tonight, Michael?
Man, I'm kind of down for anything.
Since you're in the chat, are you trying to play anything tonight?
Something?
Yeah.
We need a third.
Mike got Ready or Not.
Yeah, and it's all modded up, too. Thank you, Caleb.
No Man's Sky. There's only one right answer. Wait. Ready or Not.
Ooh, here we go.
All right.
I did get, without mods, I got an A+ on my first mission. So I'm hoping that might translate.
Did you play on the gas station mission?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. Well, everybody, that'll be it for the podcast. But we're gonna go into the after party. So stick around. Watch us play. There'll be me, Caleb, Mike, maybe Josh.
It'll be intense.
But we'll play Ready or Not. Yeah. I'm glad that you're all here. It's a fun episode. Good chats, good banter. Miss gaming with you too, Kevin. I need to text you because of something that you asked me about a while back. That may be beneficial to everyone involved in the gaming community. The lore goes crazy. Wait. But thank you guys for being here. Don't leave. If you're still just bored and want to hang out, we'll be right back. I'm going to end the stream and then restart the stream, and then you guys hit refresh, and then you'll be here again. But love you, mean it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. From the guys you trust with your drink, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next Monday right here for the podcast. Peace.